the topic of head banging comes up a lot with parents and therapists, and I've seen it myself where I see autistic individuals hit their head. And obviously, behavior is communication. And so they're definitely communicating, I'm frustrated. But from a sensory point, explain a little bit more about what could that head banging be, and what could parents or therapists do to either prevent it or support the individual so they don't feel like they need to go to head banging?
Yeah. And I certainly have personal experience through my life because I've definitely been a headbanger. Um, and yes, it does happen when I'm so exciting, so utterly frustrated. There's just, I don't know what else to do. But what it does for me um, is number one, pain releases endorphins. Endorphins are the feel good hormones. So by inflicting self pain, and it can be kids that pinch themselves, that bite themselves, that any of that, it anything that causes pain is going to release endorphins. That helps break. It's the same reason why people who walk on hot coals can do so,
Ah,
because the pain releases endorphins. And then if they think positively, um, that helps them to get through where they can experience pain as next to nothing. I mean, I can have a root canal and I ask for nothing to numb it, because
mm,
pain is to me is just it's just another form of feeling. But it does serve a purpose in that it breaks that intense feeling of I'm going out of my skull. I don't know what else to do. And self-abuse, people can't stop me from self-abusing. Yes, they can stop me and get angry when I abuse them. So
mm.
it's an alternative we have from fight, flight, fright, and freeze. It's one of those things that, and believe me, I've done them all and nobody likes any of them. Um, but the self-abuse, people cannot prevent me from doing. I need that some kind of release. So what could we do as an alternative is to, when I feel that adrenaline flowing and I know, like a volcano, I'm going to blow,
Mhm.
is, and this is what I had to do with my husband, is I feel that, and I could physically feel the adrenaline flowing
Mm.
from the kidneys all the way through up my spine. I could feel it coming. So I told him, I need to stop. I need you to stop and walk away. Do not talk, because anything further is going to make me blow. I have learned to recognize the signs before it happens. And if you will, and this was hard for him because he wanted, well, let's talk it out. And that's the last thing I'm able to do is talk it out at that time. Um, because that's the neurotypical way of dealing with when you're upset and frustrated, is talk it out. No, I need you to walk away. Leave me alone to deal with this before I blow. So what parents have to do is recognize the signs of building frustration in your child
Mhm.
before the volcano erupts, and say, I see you're getting frustrated. I want to give you space. I want to give you time, and direct them to a safe place where they can go and they can hug and cuddle and do all kinds of deep pressure, rocking, whatever sensory things they need, but give them the time and space. And then later, when the volcano has calmed down, go back. But that's what's happening, is that you simply reached that point, and I don't know how else to deal with it except to get that chemical release from the endorphins through self pain.
And I know some people say, oh, it happens out of the blue, but I think if you're really a detective, you'll see the subtle
The
signs of
signs that are, it's
maybe it's
happening.
pacing, maybe it's stimming, maybe it's a
Uh-huh.
vocal thing. But
Uh-huh.
if you're really a true detective, you will see the signs. even maybe a little fussing or something. But like we've talked about a lot of times, sometimes we make it even worse and
Mhm.
we are not helping the situation. So I like that suggestion of really be a detective, identify those triggers, and stop whatever you're doing to not make the volcano explode and to help them calm for sure. And again, by understanding that, giving the support of just taking a break, that individual is going to be more connected and engaged with you because you saw them in that moment of need and provided the
Mhm.
support that they needed.
And the nice thing is that as I learned to recognize myself, that feeling of the adrenaline flowing. And I was then able to advocate for
Yeah.
myself that you need to stop. Now, people need to listen to me when I say that. But
Yes.
ultimately, by you picking up on the clue and saying, I see you doing this, I think it means you're getting more and more frustrated. Maybe we need to take a break. You're teaching them to recognize what you're seeing in themselves. And then they can start to recognize when that's happening, what they need to do is to tell people, back off, I need a break.
Yeah. No, that's great advice. And I feel like these are steps we all can take, but I guarantee we're all guilty of seeing it, but not stopping. Because whether it's for a therapist and we have a goal to
Mhm,
achieve, or a parent and we have to get somewhere, we're all
mhm.
very guilty of not stopping in that moment. But if we take a breather, we can do that. Awesome. Thanks, Sue.
You're welcome. Thanks, Stacy.